What's going on, traders? Guess who's in the headquarters? And there's a reason why they call me Money Mitch, of course, because I'm coming after it. The question is, are you ready to get after it with live trading with Benzinga? Let's do it, team.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, team, let's get after it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always excited when I'm in the headquarters. Gives me a little bit of extra energy. So as you guys see from the lightning bolt, let's get after it, team. Let's bring on my man. You guys know him. Ryan Faluna has been holding it down while I've been gone. So thank you. I really appreciate it, like always, my friend. I know that the show really isn't the same without both of us.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
it definitely is always good that we can hold it down for each other. And like always, right? Just like you guys out there hold it down for each other, right? We're a family here trying to help each other continue growing, whether that be in trading, career, social. We're all having each other's backs. I always see it in the chat with kind of Beach Bum and mentioning his stream and stuff like that. That's what we're all here for. Let's support each other. Let's keep going. Let's get success for today. Let's get after it. I'll get right to the trading action. I hope. How's it been? Has it been hot? Has it been lately? What
No,
have you been seeing?
so a couple of things here. So number one, you're the first person I've met that takes 2 days to travel to the headquarters, but that's neither here nor there. the
Neither
way
here nor there.
the way the market has been, it's actually been kind of boring, to be honest with you, Mitch. There's always been action around the opening print. That's the same. But it's really seemed to have died off pretty early in the morning. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We are waiting for Broadcom's earnings tomorrow after the market, and we've got an economic print on Friday morning. Maybe the market's looking ahead to that. It is December. It is the holiday season. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think at some point something's going to happen here before the end of the year. That's going to kind of shock the market into some more volatility.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday we did start getting some big tech to start moving. I was actually talking about that yesterday on pre-market prep, that I thought Nvidia could really start moving, and that's the main stock that I'm watching to see this market rally with. So that's the one that I'd be watching now. I'd be looking for hourly pullbacks to maybe try to get in on the rally because it had a strong day yesterday. But that's going to be what's on my radar right now. And I was looking for a little bit of a lull into going into December, but now we're December 6th, right? I mean, we're slowly moving closer towards that Santa Claus rally. I think that we might have already had our pullback, and now it's looking a lot rosier towards the end of the year. I'm expecting to see some stocks continue to boom, and then in, let's say, mid-January, run into a wall. I know a lot of people are saying early January, but I think there'll still be a little bit of some heightened optimism going into the year. And then it might take about, let's say, a couple of weeks to filter through, and then the noise should slowly start calming down. So for right now, I'm looking positive today. Let's take a look at what I can be watching today.
I'll say this before you get into that real quick.
Yeah.
I'll take the other side of that. 13 saying it in the chat here. Next week is historically bad for the market. It is seasonally one of the worst weeks of the year. Happy Hour crew has mid-December pegged for the sell-off. We're not there yet. I'm not throwing in the towel on that yet. I'll take the other side of that. I think we do get a sell-off here mid-December.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. And I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why it's a market, right? And I love conversation. I love people bringing in information like that. So feel free to bring it up, guys. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for. And I want you guys talking about that, right? I'll make sure that I have like my trades showing up here so that you guys can follow along. But let's take a look at what I'm really watching. So stocks that to kind of be watching this morning. I'm going to be looking at a lot of different stocks. Also be watching, and let me get my pre-market charts up. It's not showing that data here, so let me just get that up here. I'm going to actually kick it to you.
You want me to go while you finish setting that up? No problem.
Yeah. You guys know how it is. New station here.
Hey, so man, look, I've used the Blue Room a number of times when I travel to the office, and every time I go, there's something else I need to set up or fix. So I totally get it. That's one of the things that we work with. We'll start by taking a look at SPY here.
Yep.
It really did feel like we were going to kind of roll over and sell off, kind of trade sideways. We're trading up here today. I'm not sure why. Let's get rid of this here real quick. Trade data, non-farm productivity. I don't know. To me, this just seems like something else is going on here. I don't know. Maybe we actually regress and sell off here. I think we are going to run into some resistance here at 460 on the SPY. We'll see if we have enough to get over that and close above that. I'm skeptical. I think we come back in. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when the market actually opens here. Now, one of the things that I had said to you at the beginning, Mitch, about the last few days is that there's definitely been some plays here around the open, and it looks like that's going to be no different here today. We've got several stocks that are gapping up and moving here in the pre-market. First one here is going to be Sarah, and this one actually wasn't moving when I first sat down at my desk. Now you can see it is moving here. We took one leg up to about 350, came back in, blew the top off that one. Currently looking to test 5 here. Let's see if there's any news associated with this. Yes, absolutely. Sarah Prognostics announces data safely monitoring board overseeing prime study recommended stopping enrollment data due to efficacy. Okay, so it looks like they're going to stop the study early due to the success that the study is having. Not surprised to see the market reacting like this. I definitely don't want to chase this. This is extremely extended from the VWAP. Would love for this to settle, but Sarah, ticker SERA, definitely going to be in play here today, especially with a little bit of a later move here in the pre-market. We do have a couple of others on the list here. MLGO, this is micro algo. This traded up to about $5 and came back in here, doing a decent job sitting at the VWAP. Micro algo shares are trading higher after the company announced it plans to establish the postgraduate training practice base. Okay. The other PR that we just read, or the other catalyst that we just read for Sarah, seems like it's got more juice in it, but this stock trading up here, we did take a second leg up here. We've regressed that move or retraced that move, down to the VWAP. We'll see what happens. I do like that this is sitting at the VWAP near the open. Let's see what happens when the regular session volume flows into it. MLGO definitely on watch today. Couple more here. ZVSA. This, I feel like we've traded this one before. This one popped all the way to 450 and has retraced a big part of that move. If we go to the news here, let's say we did have a PR here. I'm going to do my best with some of these drug names in here. Zyversa Therapeutics reveals publication showing AIM2 and NLRP3 inflammasomes promote atherosclerosis in diabetes, supporting IC's 100's rationale for targeting ACS to inhibit multiple inflammasome pathways. What a mouthful. Anyway, another biotech stock here, therapeutic stock, trading up on a PR on some of its data. So we'll see if this actually, I'm concerned that it's retraced part of that move. I'm not smart enough to understand the actual intricacies of the PR, but I'm sure that there are plenty of people out there that are. Stocks retracing part of its move here. So I would use technicals as the trading plan here. We'll see if we can actually get that to work. Frankly, the last 2 stocks that we've taken a look at look like they're better setups than these to begin with. Next here is going to be KMDA. I feel like we've traded this one many moons ago. I can't quite place it. KMDA, this did pop almost as high as 8. We've come back into just below 6, but it's doing a good job staying right by that VWAP. It announces the largest commercial agreement, a strategic engagement with Kendrion for U.S. distribution of Kendrab, including $180 million of revenues for the first 4 years. So extending its commercial deal for $180 million in revenue. That is causing this stock to pop. We'll see if this has some more action here. Definitely like that it's holding in here instead of continuing to come back in. FIO, we've traded this one a whole lot. I'm probably going to pass on this one. I've never really had good luck here with FIO. Altimmune, this has actually been moving the past few days. Looks like we're getting more of it here today. One of the things I'd look for is a nice curl back towards 180. Wouldn't be shocked if this even pulled back, maybe 540, 530 prior to making that move higher. So keep an eye on Altimmune. That one might move as well. Let's take a look here. ACRS, not a whole lot going on here. I want to see some more action. This did pop as high as 120, came back into 105, but I think we've got some better plays out there. Robinhood, we talked about this yesterday, having a really good day yesterday, likely on the back of crypto. Having another good day this morning. It's worth mentioning that Vlad Tenev was on CNBC this morning talking about Robinhood and all that. So maybe we get some extended run here. Actually, a pretty decent move here in Robinhood. If you take a look at the hourly chart, you can see real strong move off 8. Looks like we're going to test 11. This is pretty far, pretty fast. So pullbacks would be totally normal. If we're able to get this to pull back and hold at a spot, might be a good entry for a long position for a short-term trade there. We'll see. But Robinhood having a good morning here as well. And it looks like several of these other stocks just up a little bit. A couple other things that I did want to mention here real quick. We've talked a lot about this debt. In fact, let me go to, instead of doing it in here, well, I'll do it in here. But the other thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll throw up Trade the Pool in here. So remember, swinging TJTX in the Trade the Pool account. We're still long this, still long 300 shares here. Been in and out of this, kind of working that share position here. But a nice little pop here. Now, I didn't see any news. I haven't scoured the Twitter streets, so maybe there's something out there. Unsure exactly why this is moving up, but great to see this pop. We did pop as high as what, 1580 almost, 1580. So nice job here. Currently holding the $15 line. We got Jay in here. Jay, you've been swinging this with me. We've been back and forth talking about this stock for a while. Ryan did a trim, very small amount of TGTX 1530 in the pre-market. Awesome job, Jay. This was, if I recall correctly, your price target was 14 to 15. Well, here you are at 15 and change, and you're trimming some of that there. So an absolutely awesome trade. And keep us posted on the rest of this. Oh, here we go. So Merck AG had a fail, which is good news for TGTX. Someone's garbage is someone else's really good news. We will take it, being long TGTX. So we're looking to work this position here. I'd actually love to see a pop and a little bit of a run. If that happens, Jay, I'd lighten some here as well. We'll see if we end up getting that here today. Okay, I'm going to flip over to my main workspace here. And let's actually load up TGTX in here. We'll start with this as a base. I don't really see anything moving here on relative volume this morning. We'll see if that changes here. Let's take a look at some of the other stocks that you folks want to take a look at. Let me go through the chat here and see if anything was suggested. Terry wants to take a look at AMD. This is another stock that we talk about quite often in the happy hour. Some of the other chip stocks like NVIDIA. You can see here on AMD, one of the things that we've been looking at, this did move. It's had a nice move up, but looks like that move might be stalled. I basically just kind of eyeballed this trend line in here. I wouldn't put too much stock into that. I'm not necessarily concerned that this is right under the trend line. I don't really think that matters. AMD bouncing right now. This is liable to move with the market, though. Keep that in mind. So while I do think there's probably some more downside ahead for AMD, and I am expecting the market, especially big tech, to come in a little bit, this is going to move with the market. So if it's not coming in, AMD is still going to trade up as well. So it's just something to keep in mind here. I like this for lower, but I'm not sure it's ready to go lower yet. Mitch, I was just taking some tickers from the chat here. Are you ready to go over some stuff? I know we've got about 6 minutes till the market opens here.
Hell yeah, I'm ready, baby. Let's get after it. Adjusted there, the background there, the watermark, and got the trading in the morning here. So if you guys see anything or want to talk about something, please let me know. I can take a look at stocks today, and I'm willing to take shots, guys. You guys know they don't call me Money Mitch for no reason. That might be that I'm willing to take the shots and some aren't. But today will be one of those days that we get after it. So if you guys see anything moving, let me know because I want to trade it, especially a big mover today. Even the smaller ones, I'm willing to do it, guys. Let's take a look here at NVIDIA. What could I be looking for? So I'm going to be looking for hourly retracements, right? You guys can take a look at what you guys can find. But for right now, what I'm looking at is, okay, so we've gotten up towards this resistance and started struggling right around like this 472.17. You can see right here a little bit of a spiked high, but right there, I think we're going to maybe make an attempt to come back here towards either 471 or 470s, and that could give us a really good look going into today. So let's get into the shorter term. You can see we're up there to 472.90s this morning. We've already had 1, 2, 3 drives, so I need to see a pullback at least to 471 if I want to take NVIDIA. But that's just can mention that one, right? There's a lot of smaller stocks that we can be looking at, and even Tesla. Tesla is on play. I think this is one that you guys can keep an eye out for. A little bit of an up move towards the end of the year, followed by probably an ugly January. Let's see if we can finally get above 245s and really start making a move there. If you take a look at it right now, you're at 243 in the pre-market. We could come back towards this 240 spot first and then make that move. But I don't see this as a bad stock to keep your eyes open for. Scalps, you can maybe be looking at like Soxel. I think that's definitely one that got a nice move yesterday. So I'd be looking for pullbacks towards like 22.25s really quickly. And then looking for this to get back towards 23s is not a bad one to keep an eye out for. And then also, you guys know I was trying to take part in the retail trade. XRT, man, still not looking too bad here. And just made a little bit of a pullback day yesterday. This could get another lift here. So I'm going to look to see if it pushes right back up here today and to see if some of these retail stocks move. The airlines have been moving hot lately. It definitely sold AAL too early on that swing trade. You guys remember I was trying to get into this gap zone right here. We're almost at that gap zone right now. So I think this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. So if you do see airlines hot today, since I've already missed AAL, I'm looking for one that's lagging. UAL is on my radar today specifically for that reason. Because if I look at the daily chart on UAL, I see a lot of sideways action here, but not the takeoff, not that same takeoff. So now I'll be looking to see if we can push through, get through like this 40, 50, into the 41s. And that could be definitely something to watch. Right now, you're at 40, 15s, and maybe a little pullback to 40, and then a takeoff here, UAL on the radar. All right, guys, over 300 of you guys. Let's see if we can get to maybe 200 likes before the open. If you guys enjoy us doing this every single day, guys, not charging a single cent like always, going to keep pushing to the next level. Let's take a look at what's on the stocks to watch. Were we able to get that up there? Let me take a look here. And I also got, of course, my other screen ready. I have my other charts ready so I can keep up with all the market. Let's take a look here. December 6th, trade the pool stocks in play today. Hood, Riot, and Palantir. Definitely, of course, this is trade the pool. You guys seeing me trade on it, taking some shots today. Let's take a look at some of these. Hood is definitely on the radar. Kathy has been buying this up like crazy. And I think this is kind of more just trying to find names that make sense valuation wise, right? And of course, Robinhood does do some crypto trading. So maybe that's what's helping it here. It's been hot as of late, guys. So let's see what happens, but doesn't look too bad here as it's really been pushing. I think you got to look for pullbacks opportunities probably to play it back down to 10. 10 could easily make sense for me for it to pull back and then reload. So that's what I'll be watching there on Hood. Not the most positive on it today. Palantir is one that could keep going. Of course, this has pulled back a couple of times now. It's going to be something to take a look at. Now that this is pulled back, this could make a little bit of a bounce, especially if we go back to a tech rally. So this is one that I'll actually put on the radar and then start putting some alerts to look to see if we start working our way back. So this is actually one that I'll be watching, Palantir, to see what happens there. Definitely one that I'd keep on my radar. Just trying to link in my order entries. And if you guys don't do this already, of course, linking it will kind of help it keep going with all the stocks. And then, of course, I'll be looking at the gainers and losers list to point out anything that I see that stands out there. Blink showing up right now. That's definitely one that we can keep an eye out for. Let me go ahead and tag it here so that we can see that stock. That's interesting, right? Let's see if this can bounce off a 3, really get moving. Of course, charging stations. And I'm looking to see if tech can stay hot today. All right, guys, it's about to be the open. We're open. Let's get this, guys. Let's get it today. All right, like always, you guys throw up some tickers in the chat, and then I'll keep going through it. Money Mitch looking fresh. Hey, appreciate you, Gil. Thank you, man. And what do you guys think? Should we look this fresh every day? What do you guys think? I don't know. I was gonna ask the pre-market prep team. I didn't get a chance, but hey, Gucci Mitch, there you go. Let's get it. I don't think I've ever owned anything Gucci really, but hey, Dolce & Gabbana. Oh, Ryan, you're on mute.
I have a Dolce & Gabbana cologne, but that's about it.
The light baby blue?
No.
What you got?
I think it's one. Let me go check, actually. Give me a sec.
No worries. Oh, he's going to the cologne collection. If you guys haven't seen Ryan's cologne collection, you might want to reach out to him. All right, let's go looking at Tesla here. Right out the gates. Let's look at Tesla. And there's the pullback right quickly here. So giving us the opportunity, if I can get, down to this kind of 241, 241.50 area, I'm going to take a shot on a little bit of a pullback action here. We're definitely getting it, but it's already coming back and getting some buy the dips to come in here. NVIDIA not looking
Sarah's
too bad,
gonna halt.
also pulling back.
Mitch, it's Pour that I have.
Okay.
With a classic Dolce & Gabbana. Sarah here real quick. I'm just going to go to mine. Mitch, I'm going to go right back to you. Sarah here real quick. This is one that we mentioned off the list. This is the one that stopped their trial early due to the success. This sure looks like this is going to try to break through 581 here. This has halt potential here, folks. Keep that in mind. All right, Mitch, back to you.
You're good. I'm looking around NVIDIA, the tech names. That's what I'm watching right now. Of course, I'm looking at the Qs start off the day, and it's on a little bit of a pullback. Was trying to rip out the gates. Big names all down at the open, but that's okay because we could look for some pullback opportunities with that. That's what I'm watching for. United Airlines coming up right out the gates there, guys. So I'm keeping an eye on this United Airlines. Big push up already to 41.13. Man, I missed this out the gates here. And now I got to look for some pullback action to maybe get in this party.
Sarah finding some resistance at that pre-market high here. Stopped right there. This one a little bit wild. I actually can't figure out how to get entry on this. Pretty wild. I feel like I'm just gambling if I take it.
Okay. 40-50 pullbacks on UAL I'll be watching for. That started hot today, so I'm looking for a pullback to 40-50s. Let's put it out in order to be ready if it does pull back really quickly here towards that limit.
Looking to sell half of my TGTX calls. We'll see if we end up getting filled. I'm going to put an offer out there at 250 on the calls. We're at ask 245, so we'll see if we get that filled here. That would book half.
Palantir dropping out right out the gates. We'll look to see if it bounces back, but could be kind of a red to green move here. We'll see what happens. Of course, if tech can stay hot on the day. Q's pulling back pretty fast there, so you're getting your opportunity for those bigger pullbacks here. Tesla back to the highs, guys. That pulled back for a second. Came back to 242.25, but it's pushing pretty strong.
MLGO, first move here is down. We'll see if that can firm up here and give us an upside move. Sarah still holding in here at 450-ish. We'll see if that can push towards 6 on Sarah. Actually, I got VWAP here at 469, so that's still a little extended.
AMD staying hot. I did see somebody mention AMD in the chat, announcing a new AI chip later today, says E2. I don't know. I can't confirm that because I didn't see that, but hey, it could be true there. It's something to look into for sure. Airbnb starting hot today. Of course, some leisure names have been good lately. Lulu having a decent day. PayPal doing decent to start it off. That's an interesting one. That's a nice little break to the upside in PayPal. Let's see if this can actually pull back. I know Square got hit.
Sentinel One reported earnings and had a huge move up in the pre-market. First move here is down. Looks to be some profit taking, but might be holding here. Watch for Sentinel One to maybe move through the VWAP. Let me go ahead and show you that. This is what I'm looking at here. VWAP's going to be this light blue line, 2286. Current price 2271. Let's see if Sentinel One pops through this VWAP here. If the profit taking is over, there might be a long side trade here on ticker S.
All right, setting up my screens here, right? Like always, guys, you got to have things set up. All right, so one that I'm going to be looking at is PayPal on the pullback here. Looking for a move back down towards 58.
MLGO, this might be going here. Let's take a look at MLGO. Sarah, this is back to the VWAP here and trade the pool. That's good. But let's take a look and see what we've got here on MLGO. I don't know. This is more downside here, MLGO. Nope. Well, all I had to do was look at it the wrong way and that thing sold off. Let's go. Voodoo short PayPal 58.39 on PayPal. So Voodoo looking for some more downside here on PayPal. Let me pull that up here.
Downside. Oh,
Well,
that's a hard one to call.
Looks like he basically just shorted this pop here. So maybe a regression back to the mean. This pop about a double top here. If you take a look at the pre-market, see here on PayPal. Also the 50-hour EMA. So there's 50 EMA on the hourly chart here. Looks like straight resistance right there. Interesting. PayPal. This chart to me does look like it wants lower, Voodoo. I think you might be right.
Getting a little bit. SoFi getting a little bit stronger. Let's see if it can hold 8 today. Catch this VWAP bounce here. Did show up on my volume scanner there, so at least there's some decent volume in that one. We'll see if it can continue here. I have some orders out. I just need some pullbacks.
Yeah, I think that's smart though, Mitch. I think instead of rushing into them, putting the orders out there and letting them work for you, probably the better play here, especially given the last 2 days. I think that's a smart move.
Having some cannabis stocks show up. CGC.
By the way, Sentinel One did move through that VWAP here, popped as high as 23.25, so that worked out. We'll see if Sentinel One moving higher here now. Market pulling. I gotta say, I don't know what that pop this morning was about. Now it's early; we could easily reverse here on any type of pullback, but I didn't necessarily understand that pop this morning.
I'm looking around, team. At least from what I see in the sector-wise, technology is the only thing in the green from the open. Leading the downside is energy, man. Energy's just been breaking down. That level in the XLE has been looking really good. Industrials pulling back today. Basic materials pulling back, so be careful in those spaces. Financials don't look too bad in consumer cyclical, but they are getting a little bit of a pullback here. What are you guys taking a look at?
I'm just looking around. I'm just kind of looking around here.
All right.
Yeah, K-Chat, I saw that data, but I'm not sure why that's moving the market up, right? The trade data? I mean, why would that? I don't know. Open to the interpretation of that, though.
All right. Square pulling back a little bit. No, not much, man. That thing's hot. That's why I was looking for PayPal, because Square is pretty hot, and if that's going to be hot, well, That'll definitely help. Oof, it went to 58.10, back up to 58.30s there for PayPal. Might not give me my entry there. So it didn't go back to the VWAP for me. And so that's why I didn't get in there. But hey, it looks good there. PayPal back to 58.42. So might not get the entry on this one that I was looking for. UAL still hasn't pulled back enough either. So I'm looking for pullbacks in UAL, PayPal, and some of these stocks here. Upstart showing up.
Sarah just kind of holding that level. TGTX looking like this might try and go higher here. TGTX 1550. Let me actually, I'm gonna book some of this. TGTX. We're gonna put 100 shares out for sale. 1550.
I'll put that up here.
We'll see if we get. We'll see if we get filled there. Up pretty nicely here on this TGTX position. We're going to start booking some gains here now. There we go. First 100 kicked out. Down to 200 shares left on this TGTX position. Paying ourselves on the way up. That's what we want to do. So here we go. Now, don't forget, in my main account, I also have calls. And my calls are on the offer right now. I have the January 15 calls. So TGTX ripping to the upside, looking to unload half that position, book those gains. Let's see, what are we up on that? Yes. Thinkorswim is not showing my. Hang on a sec.
Asana trying to come back on the day. I had bad earnings. Looking to see if MongoDB is going to start working its way back also.
There we go. We are up 180% on these calls. So there we go. Booked half of them out. So that is locked in. Impossible to lose on this TGTX trade now. So awesome stuff there. Awesome stuff there. You guys are calling MLGO. Is that moving here now? That was really kind of selling off. Maybe this did kind of slow down now. MLGO, maybe we reverse and go higher here. Good call, Tuna. Looking at the 3-minute chart here.
Yeah, I don't mind that one if it can hold 380s now or 378. Yeah, let's see if I can get 80s in here. So a little pullback here below 390s towards like 385. I'll get some MLGO here. I'll try to get it, team. Let's do 200 at a time here. Just need a little bit of a pullback below the 90s. The reason why I don't want to step up here is because I could get a quick little test down again. But it could break through 4 and just get running here. So let's see if it gets running through the 4s. If I went for the 4 break, I could, but I would have to go bigger sizing and sell on any move below the 390s. There's the 4 right there.
Yep.
So just tapped it there. There's 407. See, this is what the quick sweep down move is what I'm looking for, and then a re-move through 4. So there's 396. Let's get into the 80s.
I'm with you on this, Mitch. We start moving back up through 4. I might take this here with you.
All right, there's the 80s.
Big pull.
That's kind of like what I want to see. I want to see one more attempt to break down and then come right back up.
Okay, I took some here at 390. We'll see if we get that bounce. I might be early.
There's a little bounce there. We went to the 85s. It was just quick there on the 85s. So might have to just jump up here. I'm looking for one more attempt to hit 85s. All right, guys. What are you guys seeing out there? Sarah 6.
And then knifed immediately. Oh my God. Here, I got it, Mitch. You focus on your trade. Here's your Sarah right here. Oh my goodness. This was a big move to 6. Huge knife. This took us as low as 419. That to me, you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay not trading this one. That's some wild action right there. You had to be fast.
Starter on, guys. Starter long here. Got a starter there, 200 shares on MLGO. Let's see how this one goes, guys. All right, it's holding at 390s now. Now I'm starting to add here, guys. So now I got 400 shares. As it gets back through 4, of course, I'm going to be adding also. Would like this to maybe tap 390s right now and then get right back up.
SQQQ, that chart looking like it's trying to go higher as the market continues to pull here.
All right, going to look for this to start working its way right back up here.
Jay Summers, in and out of Sarah 3 times, make that 4. Hey, man. If you can get it to work for you, awesome. All I know is that looking at that candle, that candle equals L for Ryan, because I would probably not be quick enough to hit the sale unless I had the order out there. And then the knife just happened so fast, I'd probably be spooked out of it and get out of it. So
yeah, it happens, man.
Just know yourself, know yourself.
All right, just added there. Now got 600 shares here at 392, guys. Trying to hold off the 380 spot right now. That's the risk. If we go back here, going up towards the 4, like 398s, 4, I might add some more.
I see a little bit of size there at 401, Mitch, if we get through 4.
Think we can blow through it this time. When we got up there, we went up to like 407 stop. There's tons of wicks there at the 407, 408. So it needs to get through 410 on the next ramp. So when it goes back through 4, I want to see it hold 4 on pullbacks and get through 410, work its way to 430. That's where I can sell a good portion of this and then look to see if this really wants to run for the day.
Jay saying, Ryan, TGTX still 27% short interest. Hey, look, we got 16 prints here, up 1598 the high. Sorry, real close to 16 prints here. Jay, this right here, another reason why I wanted to scale out of this position in both the prop account and the main account. Maybe there's some more move. Maybe there's some more juice here, right? Don't necessarily want to take the gains on everything. The options trade is money because I can't possibly lose now, even if it goes to 0.
There's the pop we were looking for, baby.
Let's go, Mitch.
Let's go. Let's go. So now I wasn't able to get those ads, right? But now I'll be able to put the orders out there. So 4 pullback, I have a 200 ad there. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. You see how the snap fill right there? You guys maybe might have to watch that at 0.25 speed, but that's exactly what I was looking for. That snap fill kind of fill now. Now I want to hold off the 390s. I got 800 shares back through 410. I can add another 200 and get 1,000 deep here. All right, guys.
There we go on MLGO
at 411. Buy stop at 411 to add more, and then I'll have 1,000 shares here.
I'm long just 500 from 390. I got some size here at 412 and some size at 413.
All right, got a good amount here. Let's see if it pops. If not, I'm going to sell a little bit here as I'm deeper in the green. I'm just looking for a nice little pop here above the 4s. Here's 403. Can we get through and get towards like the 420s? That's what I'm looking for right there. There's 406, 407. Let's go. Let's get through that 410.
If you do get through 410, Mitch, you're looking at some size here. I got size 412, 13, and 415. Here we go.
All right, guys, I'm selling a little bit there just to make sure. I'll still add the 200 that I want. Boom, I just added there, got a little bit of cash, $63, got a little bit of a cushion here, and I got 500 shares still. Now it's back towards 4, and I'm slightly in the red here. I want to see it hold 390s on pullbacks here.
That was a great way to sell partial, though, Mitch. That's why you do that.
Really just want to see this 5-minute and 1-minute close above this like kind of lows right now, kind of the pullback below 393s. Don't want to see it closing below 390s. If that means I got to get out. There's the move back down that stops a lot of people that were buying at 4. Now I want to see this come back and just rip, kind of take off here. Going to go ahead and set the risk here in just a second here towards 388s. Be a $60 risk. Risk the cash that I already made. Let's see if we can get this to actually rip here, guys.
They just took that size out at 395 and popped in offer at 393.
Just got to take 4 and 410s, man. 4 and 410s here.
VWAP at 415 on Trade the Pool. Tesla is going higher here. Good shout there. Broken profit.
That was one that I was watching, right? Looking for it. Yeah, Lynn. Somehow that number just stands out to me. I don't know what it is. Oh, man. Is anyone trading toll? I'll take a look at it, Tony, in a second.
I did trade that. I traded that to the short side, about a month ago? That's the home builder, Toll Brothers. Interest rates just ridiculous for buying new houses. Although I will say that the builders have some room to negotiate that, probably makes them more attractive than than existing homes, as opposed to new homes. Mitch, I'm going to say if MLGO comes back down here towards that 390, I'm going to try and not let this trade go red on me. I just don't want to take an L on it.
Yeah, you're good. I'm gonna risk what I've made, right?
Yep.
Risk
I got you.
Money.
You did a good job scaling out there.
Right
now I'm red on it. Couldn't get out of it fast enough.
Right there. That's that quick move there, guys. So back to like pretty much down 7. I could even buy this back through 4 if it comes right back up, but that's the key, is that I don't want to let this go to 380s and actually lose on it. Back to break even there, man. Had a chance to get the breakout, just not on the right move. Timing is so important with these smaller names.
I'm out there 391. I just don't want this to come back through. Still looking good on TGTX. Oh my God, that's ripping higher here.
Look at this PayPal pullback that I wanted, guys. That's doing great. Just didn't get enough pullback. Had the order out there at 58s. It went to 58.09, back up to 58.81s. That would have been a nice 70-cent winner there. So that one's a decent trade there. And it just goes to show you, sometimes that's how it's going to work, man. No fill there, but good stock that I was looking at. UAL, looking great. Just no fills on pullbacks today. That was a good outlook. At least I gave that one in pre-market prep also. So if you guys are looking at UAL today, or we're able to nail some of that airline trade, power to you. Looking at Asana, still staying super strong, man. That one just coming from red to green today. So if you guys were able to trade that, not looking bad. THO still going. That's not a bad one either. Let's look at MDB. Did this start going into the green? Yes, it did, guys. I just talked about this a second ago. Maybe this can go red to green, and there it goes. Now I can look for pullbacks to 406 or 405, but right now it's hot.
Asana, nice bounce off that earnings from last night. This thing down 14% here still. Maybe some more bounce move in there. LGHL ripping, looking like it's stopping it right around that 150 area. LGHL. Sarah still kind of holding in this same range, really not getting rolling yet.
All right, NVIDIA's pretty back down here. In a little bit, I'm going to start looking for an attempt here for SOXL to reverse back up. Qs have pretty much bottomed here, so let's see if we can get another ramp Car doing well today. eBay, looking around to see what's up, man. Technology still taking lead here, but financial services not far behind.
You know what's interesting about that, Mitch, is that with you're saying technology taking lead, Apple's at the lows here right now. It's actually Apple's red slightly. Nvidia also near the lows, although that's still green. Let's take a look at Microsoft while we're at it. Microsoft red. So tech, which was leading early, really taking a move down here now, or at least these charts giving up those morning gains.
All right, guys, I'm about to take a big shot here, guys. Just like always, guys, full disclosure, you guys don't have to follow this move, but I'm going to take a shot here in just a second here on SoFi. $820s, $819 entrance, looking for a move back above $833s, going to $840s and $850s.
How's the IWM doing here this morning? A lot of these smaller stocks making nice moves here today. IWM green outperforming actually.
Fubo showing up.
Russell outperforming big today, which was the opposite of yesterday. So we're going back and forth here.
All right, SoFi already starting to make the move here. You see this going up a little bit, but it's just not a fast mover, so I'd have to take a big share size. Nice little pattern here, though. See if I can get 823s on a pullback.
So what's the trade thesis here on SoFi? Maybe you explained it. I may have missed it.
Just a pattern, man. It's just a pattern read.
Gotcha.
It's just the rule of three coming into play. Willing to step up here at 24s. 1,000 shares out. So the idea here is this to come into play here. So you can see the pattern right there.
I see you, Mitch.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, guys. Just trying to do the pattern play. MLGO back at 4. Is that back at 4? Yeah, man. That's it. That was
410.
That was the move there, man. It came back, stopped me out by a couple pennies. It's back there towards the 4 here. Can it just get through 410s? It could get moving here.
Rivian at highs. What's going on? Is there news on Rivian? I don't have Squawk on. I might actually turn that on here real quick. Rivian, I don't see any news in the news feed. Rivian, big pop here. Nice volume too, Rivian. Ticker RIVN. Rivian calls hitting now. Sorry, Mitch.
You're good, man. This MLGO has been struggling in the 408s, 409. There seems to be a pesky seller that keeps selling there. This one's showing up. I haven't seen this one. CHSN. I think it's at Holt. I think it just popped out of nowhere. No volume on that, but big pop.
Which one? What's the ticker?
CHSN.
CHSN. Yeah, that popped into a halt. That's the second halt of the day here. CHSN.
Play showing up, guys. Dave & Buster's with a big push today. Nice move there. SoFi not feeling me on that pullback,
you know
guys.
how fun it would be to just go to Dave & Buster's right now and just have a bunch of food and play games all day?
See you there, Ryan.
I was going to say, Mitch.
They need a consumption lounge at a Dave & Buster's. Asana keeps going, guys. MongoDB came back, but just right back up, guys. I'm looking for a trade, guys. If you guys see anything, let me know, guys. I'm trying to trade here. I got stuck with that smaller name earlier. Beyond Meat showing up, man. Are they going for the high short interest stocks? Yeah, this seems like they're going for it, man. Look at this load up before. This is something I can actually look for. And you guys know I hate Beyond Meat, but I'm willing to long it today. It's definitely getting a little bit of volume. Hourly charts are holding well.
TGTX new highs. Oh man, that dip got bought. TGTX, this thing's a monster. We hooked one here.
I'm looking for a pullback here. I'll put you up.
Take a look here. Let's see what we can figure out.
James, we'll take you, man. We'll take you.
I would rage Dave and Buster's with you. Man, can you imagine a Benzinga meetup at a Dave and Buster's, Mitch?
Oh, man.
Dude, like...
And they sell all the sugary alcoholic drinks. So
exactly.
You know
Here's the problem, Mitch. When I have these really quality ideas early in the morning, it ruins the rest of my day, because for the rest of the day, I'm going to be thinking about hanging out with the chat at Dave and Buster's, having the drinks with the little umbrellas in the top. Oh, man, that would be a blast here on a Wednesday. That's how you make Schlump Day a good day.
Mm-hmm. Here's a one that's been building up, guys. This RX. I know Kathy loves it. But it's having a decent day, guys. I would definitely keep your eyes open for it.
TGTX, just no chill at all.
Now you want to get going MLGO? Now it's in the 420 area.
See, we just... It got us, Mitch.
It burned
that
us
trade
out,
worked.
Man.
And here's the thing. I'm looking at your orders, which are plotted there on the screen. You had the right idea. This was it. It just happened a little bit later.
Yeah, dude. Imagine if I would have had
that was the right plan.
I had like 1,000 shares at one point. This would have been right here, a $300 winner, man. Look at that, guys. That's a little frustrating, guys, because
I'm telling you, man, the most frustrating are the ones that you out and then they happen after you get out of them. That is the absolute worst. Mitch, you had this pegged from the beginning. Awesome.
And the original entry that I wanted was 385s. We went down there back to it, 386. Like, so this first little dip that was right here at the 384s, imagine if I would have got 385s. If I would have got that exact entry, then I would have been able to stay in this, right? It never would have even gone red. I think that's one of the things to think about, right? But hey, there's the move. This is the move that I would have been selling a lot of it into. The first move, I like to sell a lot of it into this and then look to see it keep going. But yeah, that's a little frustrating one on that one. I'll just say that for sure. Sarah starting to come down now. And this is coming down fast. This looks like a short potential here. The stock's in the $5. Oh, yeah. Okay. Around the 530s or 540s, I might take a short on this, but I got to be very careful because this is going to be a fast mover. All right, short a little bit there, 50 shares. This is a hard trade here, guys. This could really squeeze on me too. So just be careful out there, team. Not telling you guys got to follow this one. All right, there you go, guys. I just took it. Now I'm going to set my stop here. First one is going to be pretty tight. I can get back in it, but I just want to set it at 551 here and look to see if we come right back through 5. There we go, back to the 530s. Now I don't want it to go to the 550s. If it goes to 550s, it could squeeze out. Taking a short here on Sarah.
Ooh. Hey, good luck with that.
Yeah, the key here is this is way extended, guys. The daily was at $2. It's a small play, though, 100 shares. Like, small risk, $17 risk here. But the potential for reward is easily back through 5. Let's see if we can get a down halt.
AAOI, big move here on AAOI, Jay.
I'll put you up on that one.
I mean, that's in pro.
Okay, we can take a look.
So here, I got you. AAOI, huge move here. This actually did a good job taking off on the second leg here. This one didn't really catch this one. Really good move here. What is this traded on the day? 1.16 million on the day. Okay. Okay. Lisa looking at Upstart.
Yeah,
UPST.
that was hot.
That's another strong move here out of the. What happened on Upstart?
I just think you're seeing more like combing in the ditches. Just like a firm maybe having a decent day, things like that I'd be looking at. You know, people trying to catch growth. All right, guys, we're
Huge
looking
move
good in
here
this
for
era.
Upstart.
If we can really get a down move through 5, we're going to be looking really good on this. I'm going to step up in a second here. All right, stepping up.
Scanner. Top looking like this is trying to take out its pre-market high.
Tuppity tup tup tup.
Alt new highs as alt breaks through here. Look at this. Alt, I mean, man, I'll tell you what, the IWM clearly outperforming here today. I mean, like this is big time outperformance.
That's good to catch, man. That's good to catch. This is why I say you got to, really be on top of those. Now we're starting to get some move in my favor here for Sarah. Let's see if this can really break down. I got 150 at 533. Going back to you, Ron.
Yep, no problem. I mean, we'll take it. A lot of the positions that I have are small caps. So if the IWM is going to rip, look at Rivian. Oh my God, Rivian. Caleb saying, "Go Rivi, go." How are the other EVs doing? What's
Tesla?
Neo
That's
doing?
the one you got to look at, right? I mean, if that's doing
Look,
that,
Neo's moving up. Tesla.
I saw Lucid earlier. Lucid was strong.
Let's look at Lucid. All of these names up, man. I mean, Tesla the weakest of all the names, but they're all up.
Ford, GM also in there. I'd be taking a look at that, man. That's interesting to see. All right, guys, into the 526 now. Now I want to look to see if Sarah can just crush down.
I'm going back to you, Mitch. Let's go. Let's get Mitch. Let's get a big trade here for Mitch.
Let's see. Let's see it.
I want to see you screaming from the blue room. I want the other people in the office being like, "What the hell is going on in the blue room with Mitch?" And Mitch is in here.
I mean, number one thing Mitch has to do when in office is get in trouble, right, for being too loud, right? Let's do it, team. Let's go.
That'd make my day.
Let's make a hell of a good trade and go smash the gong. You guys
that's right. We're getting the gong back in action.
We have the gong, man. We have the gong in office for those particular things. If you make a killer trade, you make a killer sale, you make a killer move for the company, you get to go smash the gong. I'm trying to smash it today, guys.
I absolutely love it.
Oh, trust me, I'll turn on the phone camera and we'll go do it. We'll go make this thing happen. We'll wake up everybody in the office.
Ryan on top of the IWM 1.7% move. Now hunt for the movers. I have a basket of these. So do I. Again, most of the stocks that I'm kind of holding for like investment purposes are more of these smaller names. I mean, I consider Portillo's in that basket as well. TGTX in that basket as well. So a lot of this stuff really doing good here today. The question is going to be, do we hold this from day to day? Remember, yesterday the IWM was down while tech was up. So we want to see if we can actually get a couple of these days strung together. That would really be great.
All right, guys, I keep stepping up here. So let's see what happens there. They're out of Sarah already. Spike fill to 52s, guys.
Did it stop you?
Yeah, $48 there. $38 on the loss with the execution fees that I have today into the 48s. But there's a spike.
Oh, look at that. Your first stop is your best stop, Mitch. Look at that.
Would have got caught on that one. The key here is that this move's extended, so I don't like to play the extended ones to the upside. And the big thing there, I mean, this stock was $2 yesterday, so hey, it could have been a good move to the downside there. Could still be a good move to the upside here. I mean, it did pick up some volume here, so maybe see reloads at like 560s, 570s, and then getting through 6 is going to be important for the bulls out there. But hey, still battling, guys. Only down 48, especially for the trades that I've been taking today. So let's just keep after it and see if I can get into the green with the next one.
13. No, I don't remember the specific targets. You should definitely drop those here in the chat, though. I did mention that we were talking about the IWM outperforming.
All right.
Smash the gong with the thong on. Oh, Jay. Jay just likes to have party stuff going on. Mitch is like, nah, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about the gong with the thong on, but yeah. Let's see if AMD can maybe VWAP bounce here. That doesn't look too bad. Intel also looking strong. I'm looking for to those names, the tech names, to see if we're going to start getting a little bit of a move up. And I don't mind this MongoDB. Did the UAL pull back far enough? No, still not a pullback.
Sarah, big move. Big move through 6 on Sarah. 6. What do we get on the high? God, that thing. Wow. 647 high on that pop. Wow.
What up? What up?
What up? What you want?
Yeah, man.
With Ryan?
Yeah. Look who's in.
Ryan?
Who is it?
Who's in? Come on in, man.
Let's go, Luke. Hot stocks,
Hey,
Luke. Let's go.
Let's go.
I made it to the Detroit office.
Woo!
Woo! Luke's
Made it
sleeping in
in,
the
finally.
Detroit office, dude.
Luke's first
Yeah.
visit. Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
We're having a great
trades,
morning, Luke.
man. Look, PayPal
Do you know Money
working
Mitch,
well.
Ryan?
What's
You know
that?
this guy?
Do you know Money Mitch?
Do I know him? No, I've never. I don't know him.
Wait, Ryan, can you pull up Coinbase?
Yep.
Coin. Let's take a look at Coin.
Or Mitch, pull it up.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Ryan,
got
I need
Coin?
to tell you this. I bought Coin at $220 a share. I wrote it down to 30. We're back up to 150, boys. Let's go.
Let's
Dude,
go.
let
Let's
me tell you something.
They're in
go.
the house.
Back
That is
home,
some-
baby.
Yep, we got
Mitch,
it back over
that
here.
is some stones right there, Luke. I'd have been out of that a few times. Holy smokes. Good
Kathy,
conviction.
bring it to us, baby. Bring
Yeah,
it to
I
us.
need to get back in the thing. I got great stock stories, Ryan. If I can come on your show like once a week, I've got great stock
Luke,
stories.
the door.
Yes.
Mitch, tell him right now that the door is always open to come
I
on the show
mean,
and in the happy hour.
He acts
gotta
like
do
the
something
door's
when I
never
come in
been
for the
closed.
quarterly,
I
Luke.
mean,
You
the
gotta
door's
book that
open for
quarterly.
everybody. We got an open door policy.
Dude, look at
baby.
this. I'm #1 NFT trader in the country, actually. Did you know that?
Oh,
No.
uh-oh.
Look
What?
at this. Look at this, Ryan. You see that?
Look at that.
LukeJacoby.eth. I bought
It
this for
won't like
$3,000.
focus.
I bought it for $3,000. Look at that. 15K.
Bro, hold on. The Sony autofocus isn't as good as the Canon, you know. So we got
I got basically the point is I've got a lot of stories.
yes, man. We got to get after it in multiple trades, right? Hope you didn't give any money to Voyager, says Jay. You know how they're always going to be out there trying to give it. But I'll tell you one thing: the coin is not looking too bad, man.
No, it isn't.
You back into Bitcoin?
I bought one Bitcoin at like $62,000.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're almost back.
Not a
He's
great
gonna be
trade.
back.
Hey, yeah,
That
you got
trade's
you got to
gonna
get it
work.
on the low. Get it on the low. All right, let's see if
All
we
right,
can make a
gents.
good trade today, man.
Nice chatting.
Yeah, we need
Fun
Luke to
as
come
always.
on, man.
Quarterly soon, Luke. I'll be there soon.
All righty. See you, Ryan.
It's good to
Later.
see you, Luke. Take care,
Good
man.
to see him. I'll tell you what, Mitch, you're bringing the heat here. Mitch does, or Luke doesn't visit me in the blue room, but he visits Mitch. Let's see how
I
it is.
gave him the holler though. I see anybody.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
like,
okay.
No, you gotta come. You gotta come. Come on
Got
over.
you.
Come on down. All right, let's get after it. All right, those are all red. I might go looking to buy some of those.
Real quick,
AMD's
Sarah's holding
interesting
up
setup.
by this $7 level. MLGO looking like it's trying to take out 450. God, we were all over that one. I got stopped out of that one too. Oh, here, let me get my screen up. My bad.
No, you're good, dude. You're good. No stress. Looking right now at AMD here. Want to see a quick little pullback to 2075, but AMD loves to just go. All right, got a starter there in AMD long. AMD long, guys. Willing to add it back at like below 80s, 120 80s. Got a risk off like 120 60s here. But I want to see if AMD can make this move back to 122.78, which would be a big move here. See if we can get this back through 121 here.
Market is trying to bounce, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to play some of that bounce. All right, let's see if we can just break through here, 121. If we could make this move to 121.20s, then from there I can hold break even. But let's see if this can really push through. Looking for this bad boy to get moving here now. All right, doesn't look too bad here for now. A little bit of a takeoff here. Let's get through that 121. Start moving here.
Sarah almost ate Prince. Oh my goodness.
Well, you get out when the getting's good, or you get out before you get burned, baby.
Your first stop is your best stop, Mitch. Always. Always, always.
All right, now I just want to see this push through this 121 and start getting going now. Let's see if we can get this first action back towards like 2160s, 122. We can definitely take a good amount out. We'll be up a full point. Let's get it going.
God.
Let's go. Let's go.
I would imagine Sarah's got a halt here pretty soon.
Yeah, it could. It could
This
definitely
thing,
hold.
what a rip, Sarah.
Not holding that 121.
860. It's Sarah's going to halt here if it holds.
I want to also take a look at NVIDIA here. NVIDIA's pulled back.
Couldn't hold it. They're going higher. This is wild, dude. Oh, I should have traded that. Damn. MLGO still ripping here too. Wow. We were all over this morning. Mitch, I will say I do like the it seems like you being in the office has kind of changed things. I do like that. No complaints.
Hey, if I could keep it going for you, my friend, I'll stay here as long as you win, baby. As long as you keep winning.
Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude.
The wife might be mad, but she'll deal with it a little bit.
She'll deal with it a little bit. You're going to be the one that's dealing with it.
Little bit. Little bit's the key.
Oh, let's take a look here at Sarah.
All right, guys, I'm getting a quick decline here, so I'm willing to add some here on AMD, but I got to keep it tight here. Now I'm definitely taking some risk here. Getting a quick little pullback. Just need to see this start getting back into the 60s there. I'm down towards 84s now. All right, now I just want to see NVIDIA bounce and get back through 468s. That's going to be the sign that, yeah, we can actually start making our way back. NVIDIA has a 1 hour low around the 465.78 or 79. Maybe you round that to the 80s or 466. Really would like to see the 5-minute close above 466 on NVIDIA.
Here comes a pull on Sarah after 960 printed. Market might be making a turn to the downside here as well.
What are you seeing there? You want to show market?
Yeah, I was just kind of looking over at one of my other charts here. I'm still watching Sarah as this continues to pop high, pop towards 10. Excuse me. Boy, I tell you, you stop those trials early. That seems to be the way to go.
Guys, smash the like, of course. You guys see us using Trade the
smash
Pool.
it up.
Being able to trade Sarah to the long side, to the short side. Whatever you want to do, you're able to do it with Trade the Pool. That's one of the best parts of it, guys. Check it out. We're going to throw up the link like always, but get after it, team.
13 making a really good point here. When you stop trials early, that can free up a lot of cash. And the smaller names, that's what we need. Good stuff here.
Definitely. All right, guys, looking for this to start making that up move here. Let's see if we can get it on AMD, man. The big part I also am going to be looking for is for StockSell to hold pullbacks to VWAP here, for the Qs to make itself back above VWAP. Today it keeps rejecting VWAP, which is right above it, right? If we can clear those wicks on the 5-minute, get back to 389, it'll be looking good. Take out of 387 downside, watch out. Pullback could keep coming.
INMD looks like they cut guidance. Traded down here today, down 7%, but up off the lows on INMD. This is one that we've talked about quite a bit here. We've traded this with some success back and forth. INMD, big move down on guidance cut, but up $2 off the lows here on INMD. Actually, this not a bad spot here. Some pretty decent support here at 20. This comes back in towards 20 and holds it. That might be a decent swing long opportunity.
Qs are trying to break down there. We'll see if it actually does. All right, starting to see AMD start making its way back. Can it get back into the 121? If it does, I'll go ahead and I'll add there. The rest will be break even, but looking for this to really start making the move now. I want to see reversals on the Qs, and then it just kind of squeeze to the upside, not give it much chance to jump on the trade. That's how I feel. Like always, you guys call your own levels. Like always, this is for educational purposes only. Let's get after it.
CAUD, we talked about this one recently. This going back towards those highs here, 210, 220, your resistance area, CAUD. Yeah, INMD was Jason's pick. That was way earlier this year, I think. I actually think he sold out of that. I have to ask him. Mitch, if you see Jason in the office, ask him what he did with INMD.
I will do. All right. All right, guys, I'm throwing up the link here for, of course, Trade the Pool. If you guys want to use it yourself, get access to more than 12,000 stocks and ETF. Here's the link right in the chat, and it's always in the description below. All right, we got an attempt to go right back through up there on AMD. Now it's just hanging out at the bottom. I got to be careful here. Just keeping a close eye, but the Qs are trying to break through towards the 387s here. Downside coming in the market right there. Unless we recover right now, it isn't looking good for me in AMD here. We'll see what happens, but definitely downside coming in a little bit.
I'll tell you what, this is looking good for me. I lightened up one of the positions this morning into that move up. Still long SQQQ. That's green now, so doing a decent job holding on to that. I still think we have a bigger move here. Like I said, middle of December. Let's see what happens next week. I would say if I'm grading myself, give myself a C+, because I missed Sarah and I traded MLGO poorly. Do any one of those things better? Today's just a home run day.
All right, guys, taking a hit here on AMD, about to get out, but it just keeps bidding out on me. I might just have to get out on the bid here. It isn't looking good for me because it washed out through that 130, 120, 120, 30 spot. So I'm about to get out of it, but just looking to see if I get any type of bounce here to kind of lighten up the hit here. Q's coming down fast today. There's that 387 touch on the Q's. And down goes AMD further. It's definitely catching me here, guys. Little frustrating. It's just not bouncing and just bidding down. Q's going lower too. No bounce coming in.
My bad. I had my charts up. Here you go, Mitch.
Yeah, about to get hit. Boom. Big hit there, guys. Big hit on AMD. Just not holding in there, guys. The chop coming in. Man, of course, yesterday, you know, I was trying to play the up action. Wasn't able to partake in the live trading. Wanted to get into a lot of these tech names on the dip. And I missed that dip move. So now I'm trying to catch them on a pullback opportunity and getting caught today in these stocks. Just frustrating today. Definitely NVIDIA, another low there. And that's just what one day will do for you, right? I mean, if I would have traded these names yesterday and I was looking at these exact names, I would mention them on pre-market prep. Those would have done me really well yesterday. Today, getting caught in them. But hey, that's how it is when you kind of miss a day. Just not feeling in tune with the market today. But hey, just going to keep battling. We'll be back tomorrow to keep battling and seeing what we can get.
Happens to me when I travel as well.
Yeah, it's just one of those frustrating things where yesterday I would have made really good gains. Today, you guys see it. So I could still take some swing trades on like NVIDIA. And so I think that's what I'm probably going to end up doing, is taking like a swing trade approach. But that's going to be probably a little bit later in the day when I get some calming down of the market. Right now, we're still on big pullbacks.
Take care of yourself, Judge.
And
go ahead.
Go ahead. PayPal is just one that I mentioned earlier that's still working well. We'll see if that pulls back and gives an opportunity. There was just certain stocks that I missed out the gates, like UAL. That definitely would have been a nice opportunity to grab. Talked about that in pre-market. Just wasn't able to grab it out the gates there. And it got all the way up to 41.46. So not too bad of a move there.
13 mentioning Starbucks here. There we go. Here we go. Thinking about going long for a year or two on Starbucks. Here's your daily chart on Starbucks. I like the sell-off, and I think it's about over. We talked about this. They were bragging about their sales in China, and now those sales have slowed down drastically. That's going to account for this down move. I guess 13, what I'd be asking for here is what indicator, what technical indicator is telling you that this sell-off is done? We don't close the gap till 91. We're still at about 96 here. RSI is not quite an oversold, although we are very, very close. And if I go back to this one, we can take a look at where some of those simple moving averages are. It looks like we bounced right off the 500-day moving average, which, by the way, I call the Joe moving average. That might be something to keep in mind here. So this spot right in here, maybe 94.86, 95, 94.75. That spot in there, that your bounce spot, 13.
All right, guys, I'm looking at one that I wanted to trade, which is CAR, but it's a building supply stock. It's like a little bit of more of a swing trade mentality here. Doesn't look too bad to take a nice rip. All right, looking around for different plays, guys. Get that SPF wig on in the office.
That would actually be very entertaining, not gonna lie. I'd like to see how the office reacts to that.
Yeah, I was thinking of air conditioning stocks. Well, there you go. CARR. CARR.
Oh, is that Carrier?
Yeah. This is the one I like. I like the daily chart. I like the way that the building supply stocks have been moving. If you look at it on like kind of a 2-year basis and just kind of zoom out, look at that kind of trend line that it can come back and get, which is a move back towards like this 56. It did do a little bit of a gap down attempt and then came right back. So close back above like, let's say 53.50s would look really good.
PHIO spiking here, 170 intraday highs here on FIO. Looks like yesterday's aftermarket highs were 174 on FIO. So it looks like that trading up here. I'm not in this, but this spike in here. Decent volume candle.
I look at that MLGO and it's just frustrating, man. The winner could have been big. The winner could have been big on that one.
On MLGO, yeah, I know.
That's a frustrating one to see, man. That thing got all the way up to 480s, almost 5.
I know, I know, dude.
I had like 390, I think, 394.
Seeking, I like train too, man. Nothing stops a train.
Even ULCC showing up today, man. So that tells me that the airlines, Frontier, getting a little bit of a lift. Remember that save trade that you were in, dude?
Dude, yes. Look at it now. Look at the daily. Mitch, go to the daily. Go to the daily. Okay. So
you should have been holding,
quick,
man.
Dude, but look. Okay, see that? See the first move down, and then it consolidates around. What is that? Yeah, right in there. No. Move your mouse to the left.
To the left here?
Yeah, right in there. This is where I took the trade. Then it took that leg down. I stopped out, and look what it did after that. That trade was money. I know it's Spirit Airlines. We all hate Spirit Airlines. I'm not saying go book Spirit Airlines, but this trade was money, and it just got flushed out by that second leg down.
That's how it is sometimes, man. That's how it is. CARR not looking too bad. It's starting to make that move back here. Got to take one more trade,
TGTS moving back up towards the highs.
How's the Qs looking now? Starting to bounce back? Yeah, it was just right after it. That's how it goes sometimes. AMD starting to work its way back. It held kind of like the 120 area. NVIDIA just starting to bounce there. All right, what we got? What time is it?
10:33.
Okay. We still got a little bit here. I can still get after it, team.
I didn't even realize that train had a ticker. That's interesting. Ticker TT.
Soxhel's been holding, man. These stocks could still come back. Sentinel holding in there. Sentinel 1.
Good earnings yesterday.
SoFi pulled back to the 820, now starting to get going there. AMD not doing too bad now. We'll see if it comes back. Tesla quick pullback, went down. We'll see if it's able to hold 242 or does it come down off of that. Dave and Buster's, what a nice move there, man. That was a $5 pop out the gates.
G-Bio back at highs. I took gains on this the other day, but G-Bio back at highs here, looking like it's going for 160 on ticker G-Bio. Look at this strength here. Those dips getting bought on G-Bio.
Yeah, Square and PayPal continue to go, man. That was one that I definitely just missed out on, man. I was looking at it really early, it just kept going. Not much pullback there. PayPal up there now to 59. Looking around, team. Looking around to see what else I can maybe trade here. Marriott having a decent day there. CrowdStrike starting to bounce.
Brother was good.
What's up? What's up, man? Getting after it.
Yeah, we're getting after it today. I just wanted to confirm. I don't remember if
I can't tell who that is that he's talking to. I thought that I recognized the voice there.
I put together her email. She's got a bunch of questions that she had. So
That's Scott. That's Scott.
That's
right?
Scott. That's Rushlow.
yeah, what's up, Luna?
Let's go.
I tell you, I get them all in, man. I get them all in, Ryan.
Yeah, quick little pop.
There he is. There he is. What up, Rushlow?
Yeah, man. Look, Scott.
We're in here. Luna's probably given some spicy heat. I don't want to distract from that. I'm gonna let these guys take the reins back, but it's great to see y'all.
Spicy.
It, man.
I'll tell you what, that's a team player right there. Scott's a great guy.
Yeah, man. That's for sure, man. We work closely, Scott and I. So
no, you pick good people to work with. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, man. If you're not a go-getter, I probably won't work with you, man. I need people that are 100% in it to win it, man.
Yup.
That's the only thing I know, man. I don't know this stock, Ryan. Do you know this stock? Applied Optoelectronics.
Oh yeah, that's AAOI. That AAOI that was moving here this morning. That was actually on the list from this morning.
Never heard of this stock in my life.
Really? Oh, we've traded that before here.
I've never heard of it, man. Frey showing up today. It's interesting to see.
EYPT trading up here
Dude,
a little bit.
Upstart
Nice, Nick.
Ripping, man. Upstart VWAP bounce. Nice little VWAP bounce off the 36 there.
So 13 bringing up a really good point here. EYPT did an offering the other day, priced it at 17 a share. This is higher after the offering. And Cleo's just going ham today. Hi, little bird.
Hood is strong, guys. I think that has to do with cryptocurrency probably, but it is strong. I can tell you guys that. RX staying strong. Doesn't look too bad. CRISPR with a nice little push there. Seeing Twilio staying up. So a lot of kind of these risk on type of names doing pretty well. Let's see if Unity can get a pickup here. Doesn't look too bad to get that pickup today. Just need the market to turn around here. Let's see it here. Qs are starting to prop there. Let's take a look on Unity. I might take a shot here, guys, off the 3190s. You know what? Let's not struggle there. Let's take a little bit of a shot. Let's see what happens. Taking a long here on Unity.
I'm going to check the Twitter streets.
You check the streets, man. Let me know what you see in the streets.
Will do. Mark Price, one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the NBA. Ryan and Mitch, want to personally thank you both. I've learned a lot here. Thank you. That's great, man. Hopefully we can continue to give you little nuggets. Our goal here is to spread what we've learned throughout our community and encourage our community to do the same. Mark. So
Yeah.
really appreciate hearing this. This is awesome. We look forward to continuing to do that.
Definitely. And I agree with that statement there. That's what it's all about, man. That's what we're here for. We want to see you guys have success. And like always, we can't give you guys the keys, like exactly like, hey, this is the number one thing, but we can show you through process approach that we are capable of success, man. All right, let's see if ARKK can get moving here. Let's see if we can start getting the move on here. UAL still looking great, man. That's one that I'm going to just be like, dang, that was one to grab, especially on a swing. All right, let's see if this can start moving here. Really just want to see if the Qs can come back to VWAP. All right. Let's keep going here, team. Look at that Rivian go. Says, yeah, Rivian's been a monster today. What is going on in Rivian? Look at that move, man. This is one not to miss out for sure. So if you guys were able to play that Rivian move, shout out to you guys. I think that could get Tesla hot, guys. I mean, at least it could definitely make some traders look at Tesla, right? I think I might take a little bit of a swing trade on Tesla. At least
Swinging
risk like
Tesla.
$30 here.
Okay. EYPT popping here, by the way. Not seeing a whole lot on the Twitter streets, Mitch. Our community and our scanners doing a better job.
So going to look to see if Tesla can balance out here at 242 and then come ramping back through 243s. So before I jump in too big, going to look for that move and then see if it works out here. With Rivian doing so well, I expect some kind of
MLGO
to come back.
MLGO 550, Mitch. God, we had that, Mitch. That you know what? Tomorrow we're gonna hit these. We're both gonna do it too.
Just gotta stay
just
on
a
it.
monster move, yeah.
You know, one of the things is if when we were both in a position, I feel like a little part of me starts feeling like we're doing a disservice to everybody out there. So that's the hard part for me to stay in penny names sometimes, is because I want to tell you guys about what the big stocks are doing, right? I don't want you guys to miss out on that. So
and we were both
on Yeah, that's the hard part, right? Being all in one position, then we're only talking about one stock out of, hundreds and thousands of stocks. So that's the one thing that we try to do for you guys also, is try to show multiple approaches, right? Not show you one approach. All right, guys, let's try a little bit of the Tesla dragon here and seeing if we can get a reversal. All right, guys, so I'm going to take a little bit here. This is only 30 shares, but it's kind of swing trade size material here. So what I can do is I can risk 30. Let's risk $31 here to look to see if Tesla starts to take off to the upside. So taking a little bit of a swing trade approach here. And so always for rewards on the swing trade, I'll go to the hourly chart and I'll see where's that first hourly kind of resistance. You can maybe look at this 244, 245 area. So I would look to maybe take some out at 245s going in towards 246. I think that could be a really nice move. I'm going to first set it up there towards 245.78 and look for it to keep working. You guys see the risk to return there about 3-to-1. That's what I kind of need. Let's see if this can really start moving. So that's looking a lot better there. So now I'm going to start looking for Unity to make that lift also. See if we can get this back through 32. So I got to watch this one. Tesla's in the green.
Please tell Zunaid that LWLG is flying. So tempting. Is there an inside joke that I'm missing here? Light wave logic. This actually has a decent intraday chart here today, Elon.
Parker, those custom indicators, that good? Let us know. Only
good way to
99
advertise
likes.
your indicators.
I'm about to hit the end stream button, man. Only 99 likes. What's going on out there, team? You don't like me?
That can't be. Oh, Zunaid was in LWLG a couple of days ago. Oh, it was just interviewed by Zunaid. Gotcha. Thank you, David and Elon. Got you. Okay. I understand.
Tesla coming back there. Not looking too bad there.
Shout out to Zunaid, by the way, for jumping on and helping me one of the days that Mitch was out.
The boy. All right, TX starting to come down. TGTX starting to come down. Sarah starting to come down. That got all the way up there to 9. Do I take another attempt to short this? Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I don't think you should do that.
I mean, it is extended. Tesla pushing, guys, all the way up there to 243.66. So that's looking good there, guys. Unity starting to work its way back around. Let's see if we can add to Unity and then make some money here. Okay, 32s gets above. See if we can get a move back towards like 98s or anything like that. And I can add 100 shares more. There's a nice little pop there for Unity. Let's see if the Qs start moving here, guys. Looking for moves back up here.
NVTA, one of those gene editors, that's a penny stock now, but that's moving up here. How's CRISPR doing? CSPR. CRISPR up almost 5% here today. How about Eat It? Eat It higher today still. That was good. That was a good one. I sold that one a little too early.
AMD back to the base there. Oh. All right, team. Let's get after it. It's going to be a Celsius type of day. So how's that trading?
There should be Celsius all over the office for you to find, Mitch.
Dude, you know me.
There's multiple fridges with it in there. There's a store downstairs that sells it.
Bro, gotta get after it. Gotta get after it. ARKK starting to move here. So I've been looking at ARKK names today, and those have been doing well. Those are RXRX, Square, and Hood. Archer included on there. What about Archer? Doesn't look too bad. Daily actually turning around there. A little bit of a cup and handle pattern.
Yeah, I have just a little position there on Archer that I've been holding for a while.
The daily is a beautiful cup and handle there. So I kind of like that, guys.
Yeah, so do I. Here, I can actually share this.
Yeah, you could show that. That's a pretty one, man.
Here you go. So this is the daily here for Archer. Oh.
I got you. I'm hitting too many buttons. There you go. You should see it.
No, that's Sarah. Here we go. Here's Archer. So here you go. You can actually see this is when I think we first traded it or bought it. It came in, but now it's pushing back up, and now we actually look like we're going to break this out. So here's that cup Mitch is talking about. Actually might break this, go higher here. Would love to see it break out of 7 new highs. Those are not quite all-time highs. All-time highs would be 781. And then a move through 8. That'd be awesome on Archer. It's a 13 special, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all, man. And these are the type of stocks that I would be looking for on a day like this, where you're getting a repeated trend. It's kind of like what stocks are lagging a little bit here, right? Like Beam. Beam is an interesting one. I kind of like this. I don't play therapeutic stocks often, but the patterns there, it seems like one of those names. It's a Kathy name, right? I like the pullback here to 29 if I can get it. Beam, BEAM, another one that I'm giving you guys there that looks interesting. I can show you guys that outlook here. All right, Beam, definitely one that I'll be watching for. It doesn't look bad. Looks great on an hourly perspective here. So you guys can see the hourly, it's been holding really well. Nice little pattern here that could keep it going towards 30 today. I actually don't mind this at all. I would love to see a pullback from 29 to 28.80s to take a shot there in Beam. All right, going to Unity here. It started to make a lift. I added, so I'm looking for this to really start making the move here. What's up with the Qs? Qs coming back yet? If the Qs do come back, look for maybe those tech names to get strong again. If I see what's up today, I only see still technology from the open, everything else down, cyclicals, financials, healthcare, energy. So that's why I'm looking to see if technology can really get strong and turn the whole market today. Want to see Unity recover this 32s and hold that moving out. Shouldn't be back down through the 3190s. KRE 3 months high. Good mention there.
W buy. This was mentioned earlier this morning. I believe this was a Becca call this morning. Looks like
Sarah
that bounced really
8.
well off 650.
Sarah bouncing off of 8. W buy. Don't know this stock. Cheaper name. We buy global.
Yeah, this was a Becca mention this morning.
Trying
Big
to break
bounce.
through 8.
Nice little bounce there.
Doesn't look too bad. All right, let's go back to my names. Tesla with the big move there. Looking decent. I need to keep my eye on Unity because that's more the day trade, but here's Tesla really quickly. Look at that move. That's what I wanted to see. I saw Rivian so hot that I said, you know what? Tesla's in the gutter today. If Rivian can just stay hot, they'll probably go picking up Tesla. So now that I get it to move that much away from my entry, I can literally put my stop loss right underneath it now and start letting this do its thing. If it's really going to get going, it could push way past this target price. I'm actually cancel that target price. I'll look at it as it keeps going. Let's go back to Unity. All right, now Unity's starting to make that move above 32.12s. Once we get above this 32.15s, I can even set a break-even stop or a 32 stop just to give myself the chance to come back on the day, and we'll see if Unity can do it for me.
AI earnings after the close. Lynn mentioning that. That's ticker AI, of course, C3 AI. I'm not a fan of this stock, but we'll see if the earnings put it in play for tomorrow.
Yeah. Could be something that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
easily.
We're seeing a lot of these high short interest stocks up today.
You got that right. Alt fitting that bill too. 12.62% of its float shorted. 5 days to cover on Alt. That's at highs.
Hut red today. Yeah, red today there. On
I guess that's surprising considering Bitcoin traded up to 44.7.
Coinbase have been so strong there. That's one thing that I definitely keep an eye out for. If we do get some more downside action in the Qs, that could be one that could come down a little bit further.
Lucid, one of those names that's highly shorted, that's up 11+% here today. That's still near highs.
13, bringing some good information.
Sure is. He's
exactly
right.
Out.
High short interest, high days to cover, reverse splits. Those have been working.
Can't blame that either. That mentality is an interesting one. Getting a test here for Unity. Come on, Unity. I like the daily chart, especially if we can get back above 32.79 on the day. That can make a run to the 200 exponential moving average, which is 34.18, which is about $2 higher. So that's why I'm trying to play this Unity, see if we can get back above the VWAP 32.17, 32.20s, and start to push towards the intraday high. Bitcoin went red. Needs a rest.
It did, but I mean, it was flying. It was flying overnight.
Coin could be one of those to play the rest if you think that could work. I mean, coin has been super extended. On the daily, it's interesting to see the RSI going down, but the price action just going sideways. All right, let's see if the Qs can really start coming back. They're trying to come back to VWAP now. All right, AMD starting to work its way back. If I want to play off the 120s here, I could play about a 10-cent risk here, but I'd have to keep it to that. Let's go ahead and do that. Boom, just got it in there. I'm going to risk to 1994. Already set the risk and return there. Just set it, forget it, see what happens. Unity starting to make the move. All right, now when Unity goes to that 32.15s, starts to kind of make that attempt to break to the upside, then I can keep 32s as the stop for Unity and look to see if it can come back for me. See if the Qs just come back through the VWAP here. A move back down to 387 is that down red move that could keep going. There's 32.14 starting to show up there for Unity.
FIO here looking like it's going to test 2. Maybe it takes that out. Yes, Ryan. One of the gentlemen that comes to the happy hour is big on seasonality, and more specifically seasonality in week segments. And the week next week is historically one of the worst for markets.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to get a better understanding of is what that relative to worst week is. Is that like just out of the year? Is that the worst week in December?
No, it's one of the worst weeks yearly.
Yearly, okay. Because of course he's referring it to the worst week, and he's saying that he sees that in September on average, or at least that's what his research is saying. But that's okay. That's okay. Like what we're trying to what I'm trying to state here is that it's not the worst week. Yeah, it's just one of the worst weeks.
Yeah, it's not necessarily an article. This is a guy doing his own research on it. He's I believe, a former analyst of 30 years? 30 years or so. A lot of experience.
All right, Unity's making the move. AMD just doesn't like me today, guys. It gave me another stop out there.
And Ryan, if you're in Benzinga Pro, by the way, if you're a pro customer, he's in our chat rooms. He's a regular in the day trading, the pro lounge, and the happy hour chat room. So if you have a pro subscription, you should actually be able, I'm sure he'd give you some more information on how he does that and how he looks at that.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap up here. It's already 10:59. We're going to get you guys over to the All Access. Of course, the man with the best fade on Wall Street coming to you in just a second. But like always, Ryan, it's always good to be with you, my friend. Thank you for holding it down while I was away. What will you be watching in the markets today as you look forward towards the end of the day?
Well, for sure, I'm going to be watching how the market closes. I want to know what the candle looks like on both the SPY and the Qs here. Remember, I'm positioned for some more downside. We just finished talking about some seasonality and next week being poor. So I want to take note of all of those different candle closes. And of course, we'll take a look at some of the economic data on Friday morning.
Love to see it. Like always, guys, we're going to keep battling with you guys right here on Benzinga. Of course, you guys can always reach out to Ryan. You guys see his Twitter handle right there. Give him a good follow. Of course, mine right here at MoneyMitchBZ. We're going to keep battling, team. Like always, you guys can check out Trade the Pool. I'm going to throw up their link one last time in the chat here. You guys see us using it to trade long, short, and continuing on the battle. I'm able to battle back today with Unity and Tesla. We'll see how those continue going. They could turn into swing trades. Where will you find that out? Of course, start swing trade later today. We'll be on live 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys there. Like always, Ryan, it's always good to have you, my friend. And we'll see you
tomorrow.
Again tomorrow. All right, Ryan's hopping out of here. I'm about to bring on my man Zunaid, of course, as we switch over to All Access. Like always, smash the like. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on the man with the freshest fade on Wall.
See, I don't appreciate you saying that when you just got a clean cut, because now you're just making me, making me look bad.
Got to put the battle on, man.
I like it. Go to HQ, look all fresh, get the promotion and the raise. I love the game.
Hey, can you say that again? And let me put the speakers up in the.
I'll text Jason on your behalf. Don't you worry, pal. But hey,
love to see it, man. Hey,
it's
time to talk about some stories. You saw the chat earlier mentioning, hey, Zunaid, the stock you just told us about the opportunity is moving to the upside.
Yeah,
that's what All Access is truly all about, my friend. I know that you love uncovering stories for all investors out there to understand and maybe potentially find the next stock that could be the big opportunity. It's always good to have you on, Zunaid. Take control, man.
All right, here we go. And of course, as Mitch mentioned, we love to talk to executives from publicly traded companies, but we also want to get you some ETFs and action as well, because there's so many things that happen in the world. You want to take advantage from the macro to your charts, to your trading. And of course, we've got a great interview today with Jack Hanley, who's a managing director and senior portfolio strategist. We've got a lot of tickers, as you can see, covered there. One of them is on the NYSE. It's CORNWEATSOYB. I could keep going, but let's start All Access right now. Jake, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, pleasure, Zunaid. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I apologize. I just got a note from my producer that I may have butchered that. So my apologies on that one.
Yeah, that's right. My grandfather's name was Jack, so it's an honor. Not a problem.
Look at that. I did my research. That's how I knew that. Yeah. I appreciate you for joining us. I love trading ETFs, especially because, like I mentioned, there's so much that happens with the world, whether good, bad, or whatever. You can take advantage of it based on what you're seeing on the chart. So before we kind of dive into the nitty gritty of things, if you could explain it to me like I'm five, what is it that your company does?
Yeah, so Teucrium is the sponsor for agricultural commodity ETFs. That's our legacy. Thank you for mentioning. I would argue we have the best ticker on the street with corn, CORN. Of course, there's wheat and soy, SOYB, and cane, CANE for sugar. We have a few now actually, broader strategies. So TILL, TILL is 25% in corn, wheat, soybeans, and sugar. So you get a little bit broader exposure there. And then we have some long short strategies, OAIA for agriculture. And we just got into base metals too, OAIB. But our legacy is in agriculture. The single commodity strategies, really lend themselves to traders. And boy, we've seen a lot of people getting in and out of these strategies over the last couple of years.
Yeah, commodities can be so volatile, right? Just going back to what I said with what's happening around the world, and just seasonality is something that we just talked about on the previous show, that can go ahead and have an impact as well. What are you seeing in terms of traders that might be a bit more tactical, that might be following the trend and different things like that? Because as funds mature, I'm sure you've seen a lot of growth and a lot of action in your own.
Yeah, we absolutely have. And, the nice thing about commodities in general is that they lend themselves to both types of investor profiles. And what I mean by that is there's something there for folks who want something that has low correlations to stocks in that diversification component. But then absolutely right, there's a volatile space, and world events can drive prices of grain commodities. Weather drives prices of grain commodities. I'm talking corn, wheat, and soybeans. And so we've seen as wheat's been around for 12, 13 years now.
Yeah.
A lot of interest built over the years. And most recently in 2022, wheat prices made all-time highs when Russia invaded Ukraine. And for a long time, that was a very bullish story for wheat. Concerns about availability of wheat coming out of the Black Sea region, of course. But since that time, wheat has been flowing throughout the world. There's plenty of wheat in the world, and it's been coming out of the Black Sea region. And so wheat's been in a downtrend, coming off the 2022 highs. Corn's been in a downtrend. Soybeans are kind of hanging in there, doing their thing. A little bit of different fundamentals there, but we do see traders, getting in on the momentum, coming in, as prices are moving up, and doing the right thing, taking profits as prices are coming down. I would mention, though, that there are options available on all of these ETFs. And so if you want to, these are long only, ETF strategies, but with options available, there's a way for you to express the downside bias if you'd like.
Yeah, but I'm a big options trader, so that's definitely one thing that I noticed when I was looking up the tickers. Something else, what I was curious about was, you talk about exposure, especially when prices are fluctuating, but I've heard about this golden grain cycle, and I believe
Beautiful.
So let's talk about that, because I love, the golden cross, the golden rule, the golden secret to life. Talk to me about the golden grain cycle, especially when it comes to prices as they're, closer or lower to the cost of production.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. And I see the chart up here. So the golden grain cycle is a term that we've coined, and it is designed to give folks the understanding that there is a cycle in the grain markets, and you can profit from it if you know what you're looking for. And so there are 3 stages. The first stage is where prices tend to trade at or near the cost of production for an extended period. The reason for that is very simple. Farming and agriculture is subsidized across the world, even in the United States here with insurance subsidies and so forth. Farmers are paid to plant. And so there's usually plenty of corn, wheat, and soybeans in the world. And there's typically at least enough. And so what you see here is the GSCI grains index, corn, wheat, and soybeans. And that stage 1, that orange dotted line, showing you that typically prices will trade sideways for an extended period of time when supplies are abundant. However, from time to time, you enter stage 2 when there's a drought or a war or a global pandemic, these things that have a way of upsetting supply chains. And that's when prices spike. And note that when I say they spike, going from roughly $3 on the chart here to 6 or 7, that's a meaningful move. Of course, when you get those high prices, farmers from around the globe now will do what they can to plant as much as possible to capture those high prices. And eventually you enter stage 3 where prices trend back down toward the cost of production. And so as we look out into 2024, we still see further pressure for grain prices, but probably looking to establish a new stage 1 level. I don't think we're going back to the levels that we saw prior to 2020, just given the fact that there's a lot of unknowns and risk in the world right now, especially concerning geopolitics. We're in a Nino phase, so weather has something to say here. But that's been the story. So that's the golden grain cycle. Trade sideways. There's a supply concern, prices jump, and then you go back down and trade towards the cost of production in those 3 stages.
Looking at the consolidation here, it looks like it's a solid 5-6 years. And that's what I was keeping an eye on, because I was looking to my left of my screen to look up futures and how that kind of correlates as well. So let me kind of go ahead and bring in the both, because I've always been curious on how you guys make it work with an ETF, especially tracking the assets properly, because you've got quite a few, but also how futures kind of come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you were to show a chart of individual commodity futures, corn, wheat, and soybeans, it would look very similar to this. Again, this is the corn, wheat, and soybean index. And by the way, that sideways range for corn and wheat, even though it's moving sideways, that's still a 30% range. So it's a pretty broad range there. For soybeans, it's like 35%. For sugar, which is not depicted here, is similar fundamentals, move sideways. It's a 50% trading range. So there's still ways to make money when you're moving sideways, so to speak. But the way that the ETFs are structured is we hold 3 separate futures contracts in each fund, okay? And really important, if you're looking at CNBC or Bloomberg or any of that traditional media, I don't know why you would. You should be watching Benzinga all day, every day.
There you go.
Don't tell those guys that, though. I'd like to be on the mainstream. But if you watch that, they quote the front or the spot contract, okay? And our ETFs are not built to track the spot price. So if spot corn's up 2% and the ETF's only up 1.2%, that's working roughly as it should be, okay? And I want to share that because I don't want anybody to be disappointed.
Right.
The reason is that the ETFs hold 3 futures contracts. For corn, it's the second to expire, the third futures contract to expire, and then the anchor month is December. By the way, that's the same for wheat. It's similar for soybeans and sugar. And holding 3 contracts, we did that intentionally because we want to limit the negative impact of contango. I know it's a loaded word, but you have a good audience here probably understands what that means. And long story short, as you roll through different futures contracts, you can experience a negative roll yield, and that's reflected in contango. So by holding 3 different futures contracts, we help mitigate the negative impacts of contango if you're holding this for an extended period of time. If you're holding for a couple months rather than a few days.
And now something that, you brought up corn. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. So as a trader, we love taking a look at, consolidation, resistance, and even in corn, this is a 1-month chart for the viewers at home. Yeah, you can kind of see the same opportunities to trade. If you wanted to go short, as you mentioned, via options, you can definitely do that with your ETFs and, play what's happening in the world as with that. So I appreciate the insights. Now, is there anything else when it comes to ETFs or, what y'all are doing that you'd like the viewers to know? I'll kind of turn the floor over to you if there's anything else you want to talk about that I didn't bring up just yet.
Oh, so hey, thanks. I would just say that if you are a trader, the single commodity strategies make a lot of sense. If you just have a bias of long bias for the segment, ticker TILL, corn, wheat, and soybeans, roughly equal weighted. That can give you some exposure there. And then we do have long short in ticker OAIA, where it's a passive strategy. It's actually ran by an AI-driven machine learning quant strategy. So that's really interesting. But again, you're putting somebody else, in that case, the computer, in the driver's seat. Other than that, I would just mention we're going to publish our 2024 outlook soon here. Follow us on X. We're redoubling our efforts to make sure we try to stay ahead of these moves. Recently, there's been a big sell-off in sugar, and we mentioned in our X feed that was a possibility. So, if you're not familiar with these markets, please, we encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter, follow us on social media. We strive to keep you up to speed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Jake, for hanging out with me today.
Zunaid, thanks for having me. You take care.
Absolutely. And chat, we always love hanging out with you as well. And again, if you want to trade, sometimes folks want to trade futures in the sense of corn and wheat, but they're not able to because they don't have access to margins, different things like that. This is another option for you. And speaking of options, you can also go ahead and take a look at the options chain as well. Definitely something that I'll be keeping an eye on, as I love to dabble in different things, because I know when the world has events happen, you want to take advantage of it on your charts. I think this is one way that you can definitely do that. But on that note, thank you for watching All Access.